Yes, today I'm here to share the storyline of Marlene and in this case Delphine. Yes, to be honest, I definitely did enjoy watching the storyline, so I just had to do a quick recap regarding everything. But before we get into further details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Nervous to tell you, but before we can be fully public, telling anyone who will listen how much I like you. Just to Ted, it's cool though. You tried. You tried. I'm glad I let you. Some annoying political conventions to adhere to.
Basically, the show is called Survival of the Thickest, and it follows Mavis, a stylist that is in her late 30s. She is navigating life, career, and also messy relationships in New York City after a shocking betrayal by her long term boyfriend and also photographer. On the other hand, she also has very much support from her friends that is along her journey, to self acceptance, body positivity, and building her own fashion brand. So that is the whole plot of the series. So how does the relationship of Marlene and Delphine come play into picture? So I will make a long story very short. So first we're gonna start off with Marley. So basically she is introduced as a high-powered, fearless, loyal businesswoman. She explores her identity and officially comes out as a lesbian at the end of season one when she was seen also, kissing another woman. But she didn't have no relationship. She didn't really genuinely bond with nobody. It was more of a season of self-discovery and her learning, her truth and what she wants and what she desires. And by the end of the season, you can basically see that she was truly honest with herself and she finally came out. So that is the whole, plot of Marlene, which is also one of the main characters. So moving forward to season two, we can see that a new character is introduced, in this case, Daphne. She is introduced in season two. She is a smart, confident, and also an ambitious New York City member. Unlike Marley, who grew up in a humble circumstances, Daphne comes from a financial comfort, family, but chooses, to use public transportation so she can, stay true to, being humble and also to her contentiousness. So that is, basically to give you guys a little bit of, a context on each personality and who they are. So Marlene, she's one of the main characters, and Daphne, she is introduced in season two as a powerful woman as well. That is actually gonna run for, in this case, for a political, spot. So there's also gonna, be a big rollout on their relationship and how everything develop between them two as well. They meet in season two, episode one. We can definitely see since the very first moment they met, they already had a very, very strong, chemistry that they were like, okay, what's going on? But they also had a very strong opinion on different things because, like I said, both of them are alpha women, both of them are dominant women, and both of them are very clear on what they want out of life, not only, in a romantic level, but also as a professional level. So both of them are very, very, very powerful women, and that's how they present themselves, and those are the roles that they play. So you can see that right from the bat, they basically, got on very well. Later on, they have decided to go on a date. So Daphne, she was in charge of the first date. Obviously, it was kind of like a competition on who can, be and, get the better date or organize or set up the better date because like I said, both of them are alpha, both of them, want to do better than the other, but also make the other happy and comfortable. Obviously, we can clearly see that, Marley, she was getting frustrated, because she wanted to do and, give her best. There was a date that she planned that didn't go as planned, but later on, it actually ended up turning out very good. And later on, there's just how things went from, them just getting to know each other at the event or going on dates and spending time together. And things quickly started to turn a little bit more intense between the two. But where everything definitely took a mega turn is where you can clearly see that, when Marley and, Delphine, they have decided to be intimate. You can see that during the intimate moment, Marley, she started to cry. And obviously, Delphine was like, why are you crying? And Marley, she definitely didn't give no explanation. She just jumped out of the bed and, she went home because, that's the moment she realized that she's getting vulnerable, she's getting soft and she's always so used to being dominant and be, the one in charge, letting her guard down and not being vulnerable. And now she's in bed with a woman that she's actually likes, and she start crying after having intimacy. So there was just a lot of for her to intake, and also her pride and her ego was in the way because she couldn't believe that she was in that vulnerable situation and she actually, are liking someone and connecting with someone. But obviously, there was also a tumultuous situation that happened later on during that situation. You can clearly see that, Daphne, she ends up going to an event with her ex-wife, they share, an organization, a non-profit organization with. Obviously, when, Marley saw it on social media that, Daphne, she posted photos, she wasn't very happy about it. And later on, she just bruised in, Daphne's house, asking her questions and all of that. There was a whole moment. I definitely did enjoy that moment a lot because you can definitely see how different and how similar they are at the very same time. Later on, they could figure out the situation, and then there come another situation in play because Daphne, she is, she has very ambitious political, challenges for her life and for her career. So she's trying to see if Marlene is, a best person for her or to be by herself while she's gonna go on this route to become a senator, if I'm not mistaken. So she just told Marlene, like, hey, we need to take it slow before we go public because I need to make sure that you are the right fit for what I'm doing because, I'm gonna go into this political route and I need to be have someone by my side that doesn't or will not, that doesn't basically have a past that can, damage what I am building. Obviously, at the beginning, Marlene, she took everything like very sporty because she's a businesswoman. She gets stuff, So in this case, Daphne, a team started to investigate her, and there was also a whole moment I just laughed because you can definitely see that she was willing to change certain things of her to fit into, in this case, Daphne's world, but obviously it was still something that she was like, this ain't me anymore. I came from the bottom. I made things work for myself. It's not fair for me. But also at the same time, she understood, so she didn't put any pressure on Daphne until the very, very, very end when she came into, an event that was happening. And the more of the story, to make a long story very short, they could figure out each other's differences. And, Daphne basically just told her that I don't want to change you. This is who you are. You are a woman, they came from the bottom and you made, a success out of yourself. And I'm here to embrace you and I don't want you to change. And Marley also told her, like, I want you to be you. I don't want you to ever feel like I'm boxing you out. So they basically more of the story, they have a happy ending and they could figure out the differences and how to come together as a couple and as individual as well and as two powerful women as well. Guys want to know more about it, I would highly recommend going to Netflix. It has 2 seasons available and each episode is around 27, 28, 29 minutes long. So go ahead and go watch season 2 because that's where you will find their whole storyline. I really, really hope you all have enjoyed this video because me personally, I 100% did enjoy watching their storyline. It was definitely giving what it's supposed to give. So if you guys haven't watched it, you are 100% missing out. Go to Netflix, type in Survival of the Thickest. If you guys want to watch season 1, I will also recommend it. But if you just want to jump straight into their relationship and how everything developed between them two, I would recommend watching from season 2. So if you also have watched it, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much for all the love and all the support. Until the next video, and goodbye.